Welcome back to the hottest marriage show in our neighborhood. It's I, John D.N.,
Kanika,
a.k.a. And Too Much Podcast. Rescripting the culture one conversation at a time. Good afternoon.
on our way. Good afternoon.
How you doing today?
I'm doing fairly well. Today is our day that we plan out the year. So I'm looking forward to today. See what comes of it. This year, I don't think we did last year. Last year, we planned out the year by quarters of what we wanted to accomplish. This year, we're going to do it with the kids. So I think we should do some preliminary goal setting, but then bring them in. But I look forward to today.
Absolutely. You don't realize how important that is until you start thinking about what are the kids learning from it.
Right.
And that's the reason why when it was like, Dallas was like, can I do it? And I'm like, yes, you can. Because when they leave, to me, that's one of the things that I feel like they should consider doing if they're in a relationship. Like, we're supposed to plan, not just, okay, we're just going to make our money do this, and to actually see it, you're more likely to follow through. So that is going to be a good thing to actually bring them a part of it.
I agree.
So I wanted to ask you, not too much pressure. I don't know if it was last year, but I know it was at least a couple of years ago. At least last year, but I mean, I don't remember it. It was a time where we were talking about our happy place, and we sat around and the kids were telling what their spaces look like.
Yeah, that was 2021.
You see, this not said last year. I was like, I know it's been.
Yes, that was before we moved into the house. We were, yeah, that was fun.
What has changed? What does it look like now for you? Like you said, 21.
Yeah.
This is 25.
Yeah.
So let's see what it looks like. Where are you?
In my happy place?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Where are you? That's usually how I give myself time to think. Where are you?
It happened the other night. I took a picture of it. We were watching a movie together. And the reason why I say that, because they both were looking up.
They're both scared. Yeah.
They were watching it, and to me, with the fireplaces on, I know it was like the winter holiday season or whatnot, but I was like, wow, like, I don't know, I feel like everything was okay. I didn't worry about anything. It was just like I was in this bubble of like, man, and the movie wasn't bad, you know what I'm saying? So I know that it's about to run out too.
Yeah.
I know that they'll be here, for some years to come or whatnot, but at some point they're going to have their own families, and there's going to be some days they miss. So that was my happy place, like on the couch with this warmth of the fire, and just everybody didn't act like they had to be somewhere else.
Yeah. They don't like really watching movies with us. So that was their gift to us for the holiday.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess sitting on the couch, and this is totally different from what it was before, but I could see myself on the couch next to you. So like, to me, I'm like, I almost live it every day, but I do think about other things, like why haven't things happened? You're going to have those things, but what's next? But yeah, that would probably be my happy place on that couch.
That's really nice.
I don't know if it's the couch or the company.
Well, the couch is nice, but the company's better. Yeah, so to roll back, before we bought the house, we were, so we didn't know to have this as a possibility of a happy place. That wasn't, but the idea was, we sat around the table and we said, where is it was your Zen place, basically. And everybody, you had to describe everything. Where would it be? Like, would it be in the mountains, on the beach, in the woods? Like, where would it be? What would it look like? What room would you be in? What music would be playing? What food would you have? all of the stuff. And nobody else was in the room with us. It was just our place. Where would we be? And I can still think of where, like, what it looks like to me. And it's funny because now I'm creating that space in my office. So.
Oh, that's live.
Yeah. It's a little different, but it's still like, so I wanted to be in this place where there was a whole bunch of sunlight and there would be a record player and books, and it would be like real calm, but it like fully expressed me. And for somebody who can't sit still, can't sit by myself a lot, I want to sit by myself, but this place I'm creating it now where I can get back to reading and studying the things I want to study, stuff like that. So I think so much of who I am, so much of how I define myself is wrapped up in my family. I think that place represents me actually looking at just myself. So I think that is, it may be just it's a new vision of what it was in 21, but it's for a different reason now. Before it was different. I had the kids with me for a very long time while you were away. And I was really feeling like I love my children, but it doesn't mean that you don't feel suffocated sometimes with the responsibility. And right after John came back, the kids went to school, but you were at home. And so then it was me there constantly with someone else. And when you would come home, when we were at home, you were on this thing where you really wanted to get to know me on a different level. Like we were new people now. And so it was like, I got to figure this chick out. And so it was a lot of talking. So if I wasn't working, I was having a lot of conversation with John, even to the point where, you know, we used to walk Kingston and he would be like, soon as we get outside, it's a conversation. And I was like, sometimes I want to come out here and just like have a nice walk. You know what I'm saying? Because in that period of getting to know ourselves again, like the new selves and coming back together again, there were arguments that would come up. And I'm like, we're out here. The weather is nice. Even when it was snowy, the snow would be beautiful. Like where we lived with like trees and stuff. And we'd be just walking. And when I go outside into the sun, that's what I want to feel. And sometimes it didn't end up being that way. And so when we talked about the Zen place, it was really so I could be alone. That's how I envisioned it. It was the place where I could be alone and nobody would want anything from me. Now, like, that's not why I want it. Now I want it so that I can find parts of me that, like, I guess now I feel like I don't have to be as stressed about being everything. And now I can start looking at myself. Mm-hmm. And so I want a whole room that reflects me and makes me feel like I am the one person here that's like, it's my place. And so I can be as big and as broad in my thoughts of myself and what I explore stuff. It is where I get to really, really hone in on who I am. Before it was like a place of escape. Now it's like the whole meaning of it is different. So the office is not done yet, but my couch comes next week. So that's going to change the game. I'm going to have to peel Dallas up out of that room. I'm going to change the door handle too, so I can have a life. But I think that right there, this year, I really want to look into myself. And I think that is going to be what really, really helps me to do that. So that will be my happy place.
I can do that. You know, I came up with something else that reminded me of the happy place and had you involved. And I still have it because every time I go on my Instagram, I always see it. But it was before we did the room and we was out here in Tony was playing in the background, and it was raining, and we had some evening cocktails, and I was just like,
that was definitely a happy. In the summer, that 3 season room, that's definitely a happy place right there.
yeah, and it's even better now because we redid it.
Yeah.
And you had the lights.
Yeah, all of that changes. That's a whole different happy place right there. But I was thinking about that the other night. Not that night, but a similar feel we had where we were just slow dancing. We don't do that anymore, but
You should do that, boy.
yes. That's another, if I get to add some happy places, that's a happy place for me too. I was watching a video of us dancing. You remember when the kids were recording us, we were at E's house. And I was just like, looking at how I looked at you, looking at and thinking about how I felt in that moment. And even when it was at Tracy's house, we danced at everybody else's house but ours. But those feelings make me feel like I'm 21. Those moments make me feel like I'm 21 again. So those are happy places too.
We'll work on that.
Okay, because I'm 44.
So
Far from 21.
So how important do you think happy places are for people?
I think they're really important, even in envisioning them, because I think it tells you something about who you are and what, if it was only about you, what would you feel was important? What would be ideal? So I think it's important because, for somebody who loses sight of self because you get caught up in whatever, and this isn't just for mothers or women. I say that because I'm a mother and that's a part of my story, but I think there are plenty of people, men, women, and everybody in between that can be caught up in everybody else but themselves. And so even the visualization of your happy place, I feel like it gets you to a spot where in that moment is only about you when most moments aren't. And it kind of gives you an idea of where would I go if I were to escape? And why don't I have that? So I think it's really important, if not just to take the moment for yourself and say, that's where in the future, that's what I plan to have for myself, or what can I steal from this vision to have for myself right now? And I think the same night, it might not have been the same night. No, we were playing cards another night where it was like everybody was the DJ. So every song you choose a song, you pass it to the phone to the next person. And when your song is over, then their song comes up. And then you get an idea of what music feeds you, a deep love. And then you get an idea of what everybody's playlist is. That gave a great insight on Day in Dallas's music taste.
For sure. We should do that again because I'm sure things have changed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But what I did was I also looked at the list of songs that we ended up playing, and I made a playlist so that I could see every vibe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so then it's if you play it, none of us match. Well, we match more because of and I guess they match more because of their generation, but you can tell that we're very, very different generations. Like what we enjoy, how we were brought up, what the type of music that makes us happy. Like, it's crazy. There was music that made me happy. It was Tupac. Tupac is... and he would be out here, right? But then we got other songs where the kids are listening to, and it's called, it's so light and airy and fun. And so it's crazy that I was growing up where the music that I loved was talking about struggle and all kinds of stuff. And theirs is we're out here having a great time.
Pop.
Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, that was a great opportunity. We need to do that again.
Find people's happy moment or happy places. Yeah, for sure. So what are you drinking in your happy place now? Has anything changed?
Drinking in my happy place?
Mm-hmm. And what are you eating?
I would be drinking my cinnamon spice tea. I love my cinnamon spice tea. What would I be eating? A charcuterie board. I love that stuff. I don't know what it is. It's grown-up Lunchables. But I had a friend, you introduced me to her years ago while we were overseas. And she does it up. So I remember for my 39th birthday, our entire dining room table, she had made it into a board. That thing was so good. And it really, really, I would see that in my space.
Really?
Yeah, you?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know. Am I by myself?
I'm by myself with that big old board. No, I mean, other people could be with me, but yeah, say you're by yourself and it's just about you.
Some of them wings from last night, did you eat it?
So we went to this K-pot and barbecue spot, right? Korean hot pot. When I say their fried chicken was ignorant, I wish I had gotten more. And they had this thing like, you're not leaving with anything. You're not leaving with any food. But I wish I could bring. I wonder if we could ask them about buying some wings. Those wings were so damn good.
They were really good.
I mean, I think I've had wings like that before because it pinged something in my childhood, but it's been too long. That thing was good.
And they were legit.
Okay, so I'll have those.
I would have finger foods, like Super Bowl party finger foods, like rotel and cheddar, whatever. There was some dip. Your mother's potato, what is the salad? The macaroni salad. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I would nothing too heavy. I want to be able to eat as I go, come back. I've never been able to do that. I've always felt like you got to eat it all.
Yeah. But if it's only you, you don't have to worry about it being gone.
Yeah, I don't.
He has an issue with scarcity.
Dude, it's so crazy.
It's like, let me make sure
that I get my part. Yeah. I want my part.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Drink wise, I'd prefer. I guess it depends on if it's evening, summertime. I could do a gin and elderberry tonic.
Yeah, that'd be a good time.
I could do that. If it's the winter time, I could do a really neat high proof bourbon. I just realized we be drinking some really strong proof bourbon, and I'd be drinking it like this.
Water.
Oh my gosh! I'm like, do I have a problem? But I think that would put me there. It would have to be a really complete happy place. It would have to be in the summertime.
Okay.
Or after my classroom career is over.
Anytime during the year after that.
Yeah, because I think in the summertime, it's long enough for me to have to remember that I got to go back to work. Because I'm always constantly thinking about what I could do to become better now. And I feel like that's always on. I need that. I want to turn that off.
Okay.
I think really now it's gotten me to become a better person because now I can really practice my response time with not giving these kids this voice, this tone, this sense of urgency that I want them to have.
Good answer.
So yeah.
Oh, well then I need to think, I want mine to be in the summer so I can have the windows open and the breeze. And also gin and tonic. That would be, there's this floral gin that we drink. It is so amazing. I would definitely love that in the summer. But now with my board, I need to have a nice red, like a Merlot or a Malbec. But
that'd be a good time.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely the gin and tonic is, I love that. Okay, so now we know the new happy places.
For sure.
We need to ask the kids though. We did. I know theirs has changed. I wish I would have recorded what they said. But yeah, I know theirs will change.
We're going to get out of here, but I missed this. All right. Did you, I noticed that there's a pep in Dallas's voice. Like he just seems a little more happier.
Oh, okay.
And I really wanted to say that because I heard it yesterday.
Oh, yeah, he's something else. We have teenagers.
Yeah, I mean, no. When I say happy, I mean, it made me think about him. That Dallas. the Dallas that is spontaneously can make you just laugh. I heard that part of him yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, maybe it's coming out.
You know what's interesting is that now we're at a point, you think that you pay more attention to your kids when they're little, but I think when you know that your time is limited, then you start picking up all kinds of stuff like we're hyper aware of them because soon they'll be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost, it's crazy to think of it now. You're like, was that a laugh? What was that? But yeah.
And anybody want to give a shout out before we get out of here?
No.
Y'all make today better than yesterday. Don't worry about anything you can't control. GATA. Get after that action or that action will get after you. Be great on purpose.